Hi, my Astro family. This is Lada from astrolada.com here with your weekly astrology horoscope for the 12 signs. We're going to go one by one, but we're first going to do a summary from the 7th till the 12th of May. What are the planetary influences for everyone? The first part is always we talk about how the planets are impacting everyone, and then we go through the different signs. So if you have more time, hopefully you can watch the first part as well, and uh, to know the bigger picture, basically. So this week is we continue on the growing moon. We really like that growing moon, so it means we can start new beginnings. The moon is visible. There are no major stressful influences. Well, there'll be one or two, but they will end very positively. You'll see about that after that. And what else is happening? Well, we're going to go through all the planetary influences. And just I wanted to announce for those of you who are interested in astrology courses that Victor is making a medical astrology class on the 1st of June. It's going to be 6 hours. Foundations of medical astrology, what body part is ruled by what planet and sign, how to find out what illnesses you're more predisposed to, and remedies, and basically also how to find what are those illnesses due to, because illnesses are not just because suddenly it starts. It's because of some mental or emotional states, negative states and blockages that we have. And astrology, medical astrology, can help you find out where the issue is, and you shift that thinking of those feelings, and the physical illness also disappears. Anyway, if you're interested, it's 30% off currently, and then it becomes higher. Now it's going to be 59, and it becomes 79 after that. All right, so we're on a growing moon. The season is Taurus, so fantastic time for anything connected to growing material and financial abundance. Ideas connected to resources, to assets, will be coming around more than often. Possibilities and opportunities to stabilize resources and finances generally will be much more present for a larger amount of people. And I just want to share with you the transit calendar so we can see what is happening. Here it is. And by the way, currently the transit calendar 2019 is 50% off because half of the year has passed. So you can just get it for $15 if you want for the last 7 months of the year. So here we have, it's from the 6th till the 12th of May. And right on Monday, we have Mercury going into Taurus. And then Venus is going to square Saturn. Mercury is going to conjunct Uranus on Wednesday. And Thursday, we're going to have Venus trine Jupiter, one of the luckiest aspects possible happening as well. So this is going to be a very lucky week for many of you. And Sun trine Saturn, we're going to speak about each one of them. Here we go. We can just go directly to the influence. But on May the 6th, Mercury enters Taurus. And Mercury is one of those planets that manifests more. Whenever it goes into a sign, that sign is able to manifest. So you Taurians, good news for you. And by the way, next week, the week after that, Venus will also join Mercury, and Venus rules Taurus. So there'll be double manifesting influences in Taurus. This week, it starts with a single manifesting influence. Next week after that, Taurus is going to be double manifesting. So anywhere you have Taurus, and we'll speak about the 12 sign, what it means for you, Taurus, where it is for you. You're going to start being able to manifest, especially materially, because Taurus is a material sign. And of course, Mercury is our thinking. Collectively, we'll notice that people are thinking a lot more. Our thinking becomes more practical, grounded. Mercury is the planet of organization and planning and routines. So we'll become more grounded, more consistent with our daily matters and business. Well, not on Thursday, because Mercury is going to conjunct Uranus here, you see. Wednesday, sorry. So there'll be a bit of chaos in the middle of the week, because Mercury conjunct Uranus is always about unexpected developments, change of plans. Out of the blue, something appears and you have to adapt and adjust. New ideas, very mentally stimulating influence. We'll speak about that one as well. But Mercury in Taurus generally will stay there. Mercury will stay in Taurus till the 21st. So excluding Tuesday and Wednesday during the Mercury-Uranus conjunction, you see this stabilization basically of our habits, of our routines, of our daily business arrangements and matters. And of course, Mercury is a planet of communication and thinking, and you'll notice people thinking and communicating a lot more about safety, about material security, about resources, about sensual and pleasurable experiences, about food, writing or speaking, food blogs. And by the way, Mercury is becoming visible let me just, if you want to see me, I'll stop that. But Mercury is becoming visible on the 14th, approximately. Different areas in the world will be a week before or after, depending on the visibility there. But we know that a week before a planet becomes visible, it becomes 3 times more powerful. We call it a heliacal phase. So you're going to see all Mercury ruled people like Gemini and Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people that are ruled by Mercury, like people like me who communicate, who write, people who teach, who speak, who use a lot of their mental skills as well, or even hand skills, that they're going to start having much better manifesting power. They're going to start, when a Mercury becomes visible, all those people start doing better, whether they're um, business people, communicators, media people, writers, speakers, anything ruled by Mercury, or trainers of any sort. Mercury rules business, organizing, managers of all sorts as well. They'll start seeing good results. Or also, when a planet appears, new beginnings start in regards to that planet. So new business projects can appear, new projects for new possibilities for travel can appear for people that are positive, starting from this week and the week after that. Also, new business, new marketing strategies and projects, new ideas, because Mercury is connected to the mind and thinking, new business. It's like business transactions, business communications, associates as well can appear, especially in regards to financial matter, because Mercury appears in the sign of Taurus. So it's going to bring new beginnings, new projects, new, um, uh, you know, uh, either business projects or communication or affiliation or commission of some sort, because Mercury rules all those things, which can create more material security for us or for you. So that's good. And Mercury being in Taurus, as I said, has very, especially because becoming powerful and visible till the 21st of May, is going to have very powerful ability to manifest materially. And by the way, Angelique is doing a money manifesting ceremony and workshop that combines the occult and psychological and neurolingual programming. So it's a combination of new and ancient methods for removing blocks about self-worth so we can manifest more powerfully. It's on the 12th of May. So if you want to join her, it's 30% off currently. So we're basically always aligning those events with the astrological influences, because no point of trying something when the universe is not assisting you. But when you align your actions and thoughts together with the proper alignment astrologically, this is when like a resonance happens, like when two waves, you align them, they become like a double bigger wave. So you can really make a change now with your mind, with your thinking in regards to resources, finances, and trigger new business opportunities there. Okay, so this is a great month for that, and great week for any such kind of events. If you can take this course, make some kind of plans in your head, think more about those things, write in your journal about Mercury's writing, speaking, thinking, watch programs or documentaries that are about reprogramming the mind, which are about business skills, which are about acquiring skills that will, Mercury rules all kinds of skills. So acquiring information and knowledge and skills that these skills, whatever you start to acquire now, will increase your resourcefulness, it will increase your worth, it will increase your bank and finances, so it's good for all such kind of stuff. So as I said, it starts, I'm just going to look at my calendar here. So Mercury in Taurus. And by the way, people also think and speak a lot more about money, finances. They can manifest more resources, banking, farming, food, fashion, art, and music. Let's not forget that Taurus is also not only the sign of money, is the sign of sensual experiences, good food, artistic skills, nature as well. So if you're starting any initiatives connected to those, food, art, gardening, nature, um, money, finances, farming, fashion, music, anything beautiful for the senses, for the mouth, for the taste, it's great time. Mercury is becoming visible. So this week or the week after that, do such things, guys. The doors will open for you with ease. And of course, Mercury is becoming visible in that sign, and Taurus is a fixed sign. So the results will be lasting and positive, and the moon is growing. So things are really well aligned there. For such endeavors. Then on the May 7th, and of course you can feel it a day or two before and a day or two after, you're going to have Venus square Saturn. And who is going to feel Venus square Saturn? What is it about? This is reevaluation of relationships. Women are ruled by Venus, and they can feel a little bit more uptight around that time. They can feel like there's more pressure on them, more responsibilities that come on them. They can feel a little bit more disappointed as well, because that's, women, Saturn can do that, can put some pressure, maybe some responsibilities can come to them that they're not, it's not much to their liking, but you have to do it anyway because it's a square aspect and the square requires action. And there might be some problem that you have to solve, especially connected to agreeing on something, on some contract, or some agreement, on some promise. Something gets complicated and you have to work harder to sort it out. And Venus rules all kind of relationships, personal, business, contractual. So people around is very social planet, especially it rules women, but people that you like, people that you have benefit from in some way, people that usually all women usually, but also people that you like, people that you like spending time with. It might be boyfriend, husband, wife, friend that you like, or a client that is beneficial for you. So there will be some challenge here in a relationship connected to someone, and that challenge, it's Saturnian of nature, either requires further commitment or more efforts from you, or maybe you get, there is some blockage in the relationship, or you become extremely aware of something that is distasteful, something that you don't like in regards to that relationship, or even someone else can bring it to you and say, listen, you're not keeping up your promises, I need you to commit more, or um, you're not being as either you or someone else can bring this, that there's something off in regards to a relationship, and you can feel this dissatisfaction, and of course it requires some action, and it requires some action with caution. Don't go doing crazy stuff. And it can also make you often women write to me when Venus is square Saturn in the sky, and they say, oh, my love life, this kind of start feeling more sad about themselves. This is natural. People that are ruled by Venus, Taurus, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, they can have a little bit of a challenge on May the 7th or around those days. And they might feel less worthy, or they might feel more doomed or gloomy, but it's very temporary. It's a short influence. And there can be usually even some difficulties with partner that you have to overcome, restrictions in relationships, or if you're doing some social event around the 7th, it might be less, especially which is connected, social event that you want people to enjoy themselves. And then Saturn makes it, they can't relax enough. It feels a little bit, or if you're going on a date with someone, you can just feel a bit strained or unnatural. But it's good for business contacts and relationships. Of course, there will be some difficulty there as well, because it's a hard aspect, but still it's, it's more productive for more serious relationships. But also financially, it can create some kind of spendings. It can create some obstacles or awareness of a financial difficulty or dissatisfaction with certain possessions, or something valuable that it can get damaged, or that something valuable can get, or you can kind of, because Saturn is critical and judgmental, and you can reassess and judge and become more aware of how you're doing wrong finances or money or spending or something connected to valuables and, beautiful things. And also people that are in Venusian careers, which means in consulting, in advising, or in art, in beauty, in fashion, in food industry, in luxury products. If they're in entertainment of any sort, anything to do with relationships, with beauty, they can feel that around this time it's a bit more stressful. There are more responsibilities and duties. There's some blockage. They have to work hard on something. They have to reevaluate something and deal with it and fix it. But don't worry, because there is also good sides to Venus square Saturn. It's a reality check for your relationships. It doesn't have to be a big drama. It can be like just you speaking with your partner and saying like, let's put these things straight. I can't, like, let's put it on the table and talk about it. It's good to help your partner with responsibilities, or to do something that's requires more of your focused energy with the partner as well. And it's also good for any kind of beauty routines or creative or art projects, or work with women that need organization, discipline, arranging of some sort, structuring. This is Saturn, so for such business things, it's good. But don't worry, because very soon after that, Venus goes on the May 9th. So 2 days after that, 3 days, 2 days after that, Venus will trine Jupiter. So whatever problem there was, something gets triggered, whether it's through your business that is Venus related, with consulting, with clients, with contracts, with beauty, with products. If there was some pressure, or if there's some problem with a woman or in a relationship, everything that we talked about, Venus square Saturn, you sort it out, or the universe helps you in some way towards the 9th. Maybe a day before or after, because Venus is trine Jupiter. Yes, it's square Pluto at the same time. So there will be some almost like a feeling of being compelled and forced into something, but the resolution is good. So it might start stressful for women and for Venusian things, and not able to relax and enjoy themselves this week, but it goes so well after that. All those problems are resolved, and it's almost like it all ends well. It's all good. It's all well when it ends well. And it ends well because Venus ends with a trine to Jupiter. That's one of the most abundant and pleasurable experiences. So if you're planning any parties, any social do's, if you're planning any relationships, dates, time with your partner, do it on the 7th when Venus trines Jupiter. I mean, there couldn't be a better day for that. If you want to do some business contract or agreement, even though Venus is square Pluto, it might tie you to certain less savory aspects, but still, it's this Venus trine Jupiter guarantees that there'll be a lot of beneficial results out of that. And Venus square Pluto can also indicate a strong sexual charge to that day, and ability to almost manipulate another, or ability to get under the skin of someone else, to penetrate them in an intense way. But because Venus is trine Jupiter, you're not going to harm them, or they're not going to harm you. They're just they might approach in a more, I want to own you and have you type of way, but it's going to turn out well. And it's also a very good day, May the 9th, when Venus is trine Jupiter, for any Venusian careers, which is with resources, with finances, with consulting, advising, with beauty, art, fashion, luxury products, women, relationship consulting, and all of those. So fantastic day for such beauty procedures, especially beauty procedures that are a little bit more invasive, because Pluto is square Venus. Pluto is about penetration, or maybe even a bit more painful, very transformative, even surgical intervention that have to change you in a big way, your physical appearance, or more extreme beauty routines. But they go well because Venus is trine Jupiter. Don't forget that. And also, if there are some problems with your relationships, Venus square Saturn, some reevaluation, you heal it. Venus trine Jupiter towards the 9th means you forgive. Jupiter is forgiving. You take the higher, either someone forgives you, you forgive them. You take the higher ground, which is what Jupiter is. You get a higher perspective. You're more understanding, more wise. You approach the situation philosophically, and you solve it. If there was some financial complication or worry the initial start of the week, Venus square Saturn, or some spending, you find a solution with it by Venus trine Jupiter. Maybe a support from someone, help, or kind of your good fortune comes and helps in regards to that. So, But in the middle of the week, right after Venus square Saturn on the 7th, so on the 8th, we have Mercury conjunct Uranus. Yeah. Okay, it gets a little bit electrifying there. This is the day on the 7th, we said it was the 7th, the 8th. You can feel it on the 7th, on the 8th, even on the 9th. You can feel like things are a bit more chaotic when it comes to plans, to organizing. It's surprises crop up. It doesn't go according to plan, but it might. You need to be flexible with that. But some new opportunities can come out of that. So even if your plans get disrupted, be open to whatever comes, because Uranus is this planet that can suddenly drop you a bomb, but out of this bomb, something good comes out, and it's gonna fill you with some people, a lot of people, and I'll tell you how to see who's going to get influenced by those transits. But exciting new ideas, sudden realizations, and eureka moments can come around the 8th. Exciting news and conversations can come your way. Someone can tell you something that electrifies you, that gives you a new idea, and you kind of feel excited to act on it. And suddenly you can find a piece of missing information as well. That's Uranus conjunct Mercury. This fantastic day for anything connected to social media, to marketing, because Uranus is networks that spread far, something becoming viral. Mercury is news, information, media. So it's good for make a marketing campaign. It can really go, reach large groups of people. It's good for technological information, technology business, or works with groups of people. If you're going to make if you have some communication or something important to say to large groups of people, whether on social media or whether in front of public speaking, for example, it's great also to promote new ideas, because Uranus is excitable. It's Uranus has its pulse, its hand on the pulse of society, because Uranus rules society, and what are the fads, and what is the current, the newest trends. And Mercury, you tap with your mind into that. So promote new ideas. They can become viral, they can reach more people. Sharing and presenting new plans can get others excited, like a wave. And also you can meet new exciting people, contact social connections. Of course, there's increased flow of information, communication just gets busy. Of course, Mercurius communication devices, Uranus can create some short, like some kind of, so be careful not to also suddenly kind of lose information, break some, because Uranus is kind of can be malefic as well. So it's kind of, you go and say something and you regret after that. You blurt out something that you're not supposed to say, or your communication devices kind of get can get broken, or something suddenly can happen to them. Very fast-paced day for many people, around the middle, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. But it has negative influences, it disrupts the routines. As I said, you can say things you regret. Technology, electric problems. So if you're going to be doing some kind of social media event or whatever, make sure you check everything. It's a great day to talk about astrology and teach astrology. I'm going to make an interesting video on that day, hopefully the universe allows me. Also, people become more nervous and tense when Mercury is with Uranus. I mean, it's both planets rule the nerves, and when they combine, it's kind of, you get all wired up. So walks in nature can help. And also things can be said that disturb us in some way. But who is going to feel that? Let me share with you. So I'm sharing for we talked about Venus square Saturn, and we talked about all of those different transits. And I want to show you how you can see, because this is collectively for everyone. Yes, everyone can feel it at some level, but who is going to feel exactly those things very intensely, and it's going to, be so important for them. So go to the transit calendar. You can log in from here at astrolada.com. If you don't have an account, if you haven't registered, you can do it now, guys and girls. It's a fantastic tool. I developed it over 34 years. I spent thousands of dollars on it, and it's for free. You have access to it for a week for free. If you want to unlock further than a week, yeah, it's $6 or something like that, for a month. So here it is. Here's the profile of someone. You can add as many profiles as you want. Here is an unlocked profile. So you look at that week, basically from the 5th, 6th, and this is the week 7th till the 12th. So to check if the Venus square Saturn is going to hit you hard, look if on around those days this week you have any Venus transit. And the Venus transits they indicated by pink, or Saturn transit, they indicated by, by dark brown, or you can just look for the symbol of Venus or Saturn. So those days, for example, this person, wow, he has Venus aspect. You see, he has Venus pink transit, 1, 2 pink transits, 3, 4, 5. So this person, which is my baby, but he's going to feel, well, what we were talking about. Say if it's a grown-up person, he has those Venus transits, he's going to feel, first of all, Venus square Saturn that we talked about very potently. Some important things, remember that we talked that there's something challenge with women, or some financial obstacle, or more responsibilities in regards to Venusian topics that we talked about. They're going to feel it. But then, because the Venus transits continue, they're also going to feel the beautiful Venus trine Jupiter, which leads to more abundance, to gaining something material, to financial growth, to fantastic date, to something beautiful, pleasant experiences. So there is this challenge, and then after that, the good thing is, if also he has Saturn transits, I don't see that, but he's going to feel the Saturn square Venus influence, but he doesn't have Saturn transits. Or if he has Jupiter transit, he's going to feel definitely only the Jupiter trine Venus. If you have Jupiter transit, he's going to feel, and he has Jupiter transits, there it is. Oh, it's on the 6th, but still quite close to the sun. So he's going to feel the Jupiter trine Venus that we're talking about this week. And you can also check for Pluto transits, because Pluto's going to square Venus. Here we go. Here he has Pluto square Sun that day. He's going to feel more the Pluto square Venus aspect, which is about the intensity. There can be some power struggle with someone, or manipulation that happens. But still, he's feeling also the Jupiter trine Venus, because he has Venus aspect. So whenever I speak about a transit, and I say Venus with Saturn, check either for Venus or Saturn transits on that week. If you have either of them, you're going to feel the Venus square Saturn. Then I talk about Mercury conjunct Uranus. If you have either Mercury or Uranus transits happening, Mercury transits are in green, Uranus is in electric blue, you're going to feel the Mercury conjunct Uranus so strongly. So what I talked about, Mercury, Uranus, will be predominant for you this week. If you have Jupiter transits or Venus transits around the Venus trine Jupiter, around the 8th, 9th, 10th, you're going to feel so strongly the Venus trine Jupiter, which is great. You want to feel this more. So that's how we look at those things. And the end of the week on Saturday, we end with Sun trine Saturn. So if you happen to have either Sun transits personal that day, or Saturn transits that day, and by the way, of course, you can also read what these transits that you have personally mean for you. I'm trying to combine both these by clicking on those bars. You get a text of what it means, what it all means for you personally. But the week ends with Saturday, with Saturn trine the Sun, very stabilizing influence. If you want to start something on Friday, Saturday, that has Friday is also Friday, Thursday is the Jupiter trine Venus. It's a fantastic time from Thursday to the end of the week for any new endeavors. There are lots of trines happening. You see Venus trine Jupiter, Sun trine Saturn. Venus trine Jupiter guarantees financial, material abundance, or if it's relationships, happiness and joy from that relationship and growth in a positive way. Or contract or business partnership. Sun trine Saturn guarantees longevity of a relationship, or serious, responsible attitude towards each other without it becoming heavy. So it's good for business, for career, for any work that requires lasting results, that, starting a new job on those days during the Sun sextile, Sun trine Saturn. So it's on May the 11th, but you can feel it a day or two before and after. You feel more grounded and stable. And who feels it the most? If you have either Sun transit around the 11th of May or Saturn transit, you become more steady towards your goals. You can be very efficient and more productive. You can get a lot done without feeling overwhelmed. You feel more patient, there's more consistency. It's fantastic for building solid structures, foundations of some sort in your life, for collaborating with more experienced people, with more authority, older people, or men of some sort, people in uh, higher positions can help you, father figures of some sort. Good relationship with people in authority overall. Uh, and you can even present new ideas to them because the sun is creative while Saturn is authoritative, and it will be accepted well. Or you can incorporate some new ideas into already established business. Sun is new ideas, Saturn is established structures without disrupting them. And you can get support from older, more experienced people. It's very good for business, making your goals tangible type of way. So now let's see a little bit. So you see there are some challenges this week, but it goes so well after that. And of course, on the the 12th, the 11th, the 12th, it's and the Venus trine Jupiter is still active on the 11th and the 12th. So it's, if you want to do around those days a manifesting ceremony for wealth, for finances, for more abundance, for stability, you can join if you'd like Angelique, or you can do something on your own. But look at this, baby bit me. It's not because I've been going around kissing people. The baby bit me and gave me a cold sore. Anyway, so let's quickly look at the different signs. What are they going to feel this week? Well, looking at Aries, guys, you're still blessed Aries this week, because Venus continues to be in your sign, protecting you, giving you some ease, more charm, likability. Areas, especially now this week from the 6th, 7th till the 12th, areas that are in the third decan, or how is it called, in the last 10 degrees of Aries, are going to be graced and embraced by some pleasurable experience. Oh, that's me. When is that? For me, it's going to be on the 10th. Yes, and the 11th. And this is when the Venus trine Jupiter is some sexy times, hopefully. Okay, or fun times. But Venus can bring you areas, especially those areas that are from 18 degrees to 20, I'd say till 30 degrees almost. So, the last 10 degrees. And it means that you're born from, what is it? That you're born from around, I don't know, let me check. 18 degrees, when is that? From around the 8th, 9th of April to around the 17th of, or even more, to around the 19th, 18th of April. This week can be very good for you. You receive help, you receive support, you can experience some joyful, pleasant experiences, you can make yourself beautiful, you can get more money, more abundance. This is really good month for you. In this really good week for anything Venusian, which is resources, money, manifesting more money. Again, as I say, if you want to join Angelique for the money manifesting ceremony, this can align your energy even further to go in the flow in regards to abundance and resources. And you can also take anything connected to beauty, to love, to relationships will go well. Even though Venus is squared by Saturn, you might have to reevaluate something at the start of the week. But after that, it comes really well. You achieve some breakthrough and very easy resolution, either financial or relationship matters of some sort. And of course, Natalia is doing a lot of courses, 3-in-1, which are helping us with relationships, which are she's very controversial, but she uses a lot of very cutting edge psychological and ancient occult methods for breaking through old relationship patterns and totally turning around. She's married hundreds of couples. She gets invited to weddings every few weeks, basically. After people start working with her, take her seminars, the whole belief system about relationship, or their whole way of doing relationship shift. So check those out if you're interested in changing your love life and relationships. And Venus is really helping you in that direction now. But also, it's a good time to do areas, any kind of pleasure, spa, pampering yourself, buying clothes, doing anything that is pleasant and enjoyable, or anything to do with good food and experiences, or going on a date. Fantastic time for you. Mars continues to be in your third house areas. Very increased time for communication, for learning skills, for any kind of working hard, because Mars is to work hard, to put energy into business projects, into communication, into information, into learning skills of some sort, or even trips of some sort. And Mercury goes into our second house till the 21st of May, which means we'll be thinking a lot about resources. We'll be manifesting more in regards to resources, finances, possessions, material stability, or we will be thinking more about foreign things, sensual pleasures and stuff like that. Okay, so then we go to Taurus. Of course, Taurus, we have Mercury entering your sign, which means that all of a sudden you'll become more agile, more animated starting from this week gradually. Especially the early born Tauruses will feel that. Those that are born in the first 10 degrees. So the first 10 degrees Taurus, which means that the April born Tauruses will feel this week that there's the increased flow of information, of communication, people writing to you, connecting with you, friends seeing you, getting in touch with you, people, new contacts. So it's just this flow of information increases around you. And by the way, Mercury rules your second house, so there will be a lot of business opportunity, because Mercury is connected to business. And if you're in business or contacts of some sort that are connected to creating new resources, increasing your financial well-being and stability. And of course, you'll be thinking, because Mercury is thinking a lot more about such matters. And by the way, Mercury also rules your fifth house. Yes, your fifth house of love and of love and being in love and affection. So there'll be a lot more possibility for this when Mercury is in your first house, transiting your sign, to manifest, to bring to you more fun. Fifth house is fun, to enjoy yourself, entertainment, to be center of attention. But you're going to have to communicate, to put yourself center of attention. You can attract others romantically this way. Also, some new creative ideas can come to you, and they will be connected to more creating more resources, because Mercury is in Taurus, your sign. Resources, material stability, creating something of beauty, of value, of lasting endurance. But it's your original idea that comes to you, because Mercury is the rule of the fifth house. So write it down, start working on it, in some sort. And Mercury is becoming visible in your sign. Fantastic time for writing, for speaking projects, for making some business deals, for publishing, for marketing, for advertising, for making your voice heard, for making your opinions heard, for making for starting important businesses. Mercury is our manager, organizer. Good for all those things. And if you want some extra help, with and also communicating your needs in love, because Mercury rules the fifth house. Also, some important developments, manifesting one, like new beginnings connected to the life of your children, because Mercury rules your fifth house, and connected to your self-worth, because Mercury rules your second house. And you initiate something that increase more value in your life, more worth, more resources, more self-worth, more self-love as well. You can read more about such things. You can attend courses, classes. We're doing a lot of such courses in May for improved self-worth, for manifesting wealth and money. They're all 30 to 40% off. Check them out with Angelique. I'll put links below. Or with Natalia for creating and attracting abundance, and for healing relationship issues. And of course, if you want some relationship reading, Trine is making a great one for 40% off, a love spread. She's a fantastic tarot reader. Okay, and then we go to Gemini. What is happening for you, Gemini? Well, you're having your planet change sign. So you're going to feel a shift. It's going to feel a shift. Because Mercury is moving to the 21st of May into Taurus, which is your 12th house, by the way. So your activity might be more hidden for about 2.5 weeks. Behind the scenes, you might be preparing for something that you're going to instigate once Mercury enters your sign and starts manifesting there. But something behind the scenes you'll be doing, or preparing, researching, studying, this is 12th house, is great about deep research, study, preparation. Also, there might be some secret communication that you're get involved in, and information, or maybe just reading and studying more about spiritual topics, or about topics connected to mystical information, or about um, fantasy, 12 houses, imagination, fantasy, that you get quite interested intellectually, or put a lot of your energy into kind of such activities behind the scenes. In a negative sense, it can lead you to more escapist tendencies, Gemini. Be careful that you don't overdo, especially escapist tendencies that are indulging the senses, because it's in Taurus, that make you overeat, overdrink, overdo something of the sensual nature. But 12th house is the house of sex. It's one of the houses of sex. So there might be some private beds, sensual pleasures, maybe reading erotic literature, maybe doing some sex chat with someone, with this 12th house, privately, secretly. Hopefully you're not married. Hopefully do it to your wife or husband, if that's what it is. But you kind of can think more about such topics as well, more spiritual, but also interesting, more. The 12th house is such a funny house, the 12th house. It rules the most spiritual things and our vices. So the things that we either that elevate us, that we do in private, like meditation, helping for others, charity, that elevate our karma. It's our hidden vices that we do hidden, whatever it is. So it can increase depending on which scale you are, either of those, especially because in Taurus, the sensual vices, it can increase, in hidden behaviors connected to sensuality, or it can increase your charitability, your spiritual insight. So it's funny thing, depending on the level of consciousness and how you're energetically aligning yourself to. And Gemini as well, you can find out some hidden information now, the 12th house, Mercury in the 12th houses, find out some, information that's buried, or some gossip. Oh, such a gossipy position when Mercury is in the 12th house, that you just want to talk about people's secrets and stuff like that. Depends how you want to use it, and it's great for psychology, because you can go into the subconscious with your mind. Conscious, the Mercury is the thinking, so the thinking can illuminate dark and hidden part for you to understand consciously, and to make sense of a situation that was not accessible to your conscious, that is kind of patterns that were even self-sabotaging patterns, that were almost like your blind spot. You are not aware, self-repeating patterns that you are not aware of. You can now read something, attend the course, or speak with someone that brings them to the surface. So whether it's with a psychologist, with a friend, speak about some secrets and private things, or become aware of some patterns that were hidden for you. On another level, it can mean you can spend more when Mercury is in the 12th house. It's a house where we think more about spendings, expenditure, losses, and things like that, and maybe trying to organize those losses, put order into them. But also it can put you, when your planet travels the 12th house, can be a good time to travel abroad, to go to faraway places, to go to distant lands of any sort. But don't forget that Mars continues to be, and you might start feeling more sleepy, but not the last born Gemini, basically the Gemini that are born from the last 5 degrees of Gemini. That'd be from 24 to 30 degrees in Gemini, because Mars is there, which means like the last day Geminis, the last born Geminis, which would be from the 16th till the 21st of June Geminis, or who have their ascendant or moon in the last 6 degrees. Mars is on those degrees Geminis, so you're very active. You can feel quite hectic. You can be more initiative, take a lot of new steps. You can be physically more proactive. You can be more initiative, more daring, but also you can be more stressed and nervous, because Mars can intensify the nervous tension and stress. And also you can feel more easily provoked. So it's good to do some sport to relax that energy. And then you have Mercury conjunct Uranus on this was the 6th, sometimes 7th, yes, or 8th. It's on the 8th. So around before the 8th, the 7th, 8th, 9th, you can feel more nervous tension, because your ruler Mercury is with Uranus, electrified, especially being in the 12th house, you can find suddenly electrifying information. It's great to study something occult like astrology, like uh, you know, something secret, mysterious, because Uranus is occult, astrology, and things like that. And 12th house is the mystical. So Mercury is learning something new, finding out certain secrets that shock you, you know. And but also don't expect around the 8th to have any predictability on that day. Actually, you will be the one that is doing things out of whack a little bit, and that you decide like, oh, today I've had planned this and this and this business or whatever work to do, this and those errands. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna go on a I don't know, meet friends or do something else. So surprises can come to you. Your routines are disrupted, but it can be in an exciting way. Be open to new things, because Uranus is about new ideas, new inspirations that come to you, and new social contacts that happen that are exciting, but again, you can feel more nervous tension as well. And it's good for anything to do some social media, reaching out large groups of people. All right, if you're Cancer, what's interesting for you this week? Well, let's see. Do we have any planets in Cancer? No, we have no activation there, but we have a Venus activating for you, Cancer, your 10th house, and continues to be there. And Saturn will square it from your 7th house. So there can be some clash or some difficulty that you have to overcome between responsibilities that you have towards work or your worldly duties, and with a partner, business partner, clients, or marriage partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, someone that you're in a committed relationship of some sort. There is a clash here. There is the need to reevaluate, to align something, to take some action to fix some problem there. Or maybe a partner can make you think about, or someone that you talk with, 7th house, another person can challenge where you're headed in regards to your career, or can give you more responsibilities and duty in regards to some career project, but it's someone that you're working with or whatever. And it can be some challenge in regards to relationships that you have to reevaluate, and especially that affects your social status, and it affects your worldly duties and activities. But by the end of the week, if there was some problem with your career, if there was some problem in regards to your some actions that you did that were publicly visible, and some extra responsibility with those, or some clash with relationships, those get sorted out because Venus is trine Jupiter. So the problem is resolved and Jupiter is doing that for you from your 6th house. Yes, from your 6th house. So any work issues get resolved, get improved. Or if there was some extra duties and responsibilities at the start of the week that kind of put pressure on you, they give very good results towards the 9th of May. And you find a release, or you find the extra efforts that you put really pay off handsomely. So around the 9th is fantastic time for you, Cancers, connected to your worldly responsibilities, duties, career of some sort, to manifest, to get good results and the such. And then the Sun will trine Saturn. The Sun for you, Cancers, is in your 11th house, and Saturn is in your 7th house. And that happens towards the 11th of May. So the end of the week ends on a socially positive level. Saturn is in your 7th house of relationships. The Sun is in the 10th, so the 7th, the Sun is in the 11th. So it means that, and it's good aspect that happens. You can stabilize a relationship. You can make it more committed. You can make a business partnership. It's great to sign a business partnership or business contact, or maybe contact someone on the internet or media or whatever, some important person with influence or whatever, that can help you achieve goals of your sort, of some sort, that can help you fulfill a dream of yours, that can help you come closer to certain social or economic goal of yours. And it's very good for business contact, business social events of any sorts, or if you are on a more personal social event, so like talking with someone, this can be stabilizing, grounding, receiving some advice from experience there as well. So it's good for such matters. for relationships and stuff. Okay, so if you are Leo, what is happening for you, Leo? Let's see, the sun continues to be in your 10th house, so public visibility, and Mercury comes and joins you there. Mercury comes and joins the sun till the 21st of May, basically, starting from this week till the 21st of May. You will manifest more in regards to your career, because Mercury, a planet that is about manifestation, joins your 10th house and allows you to be more alert, more on the spot when it comes to your career. New creative ideas are coming because the sun is there as well. By the way, the week after that, Venus joins Mercury in your 10th house. So the week from the 12th till the 21st till the 20th of May is very powerful for you, Leos, in regards to your career. It's very, you're out there in the public eye, you can't be hidden, you get recognized for something. The planet that rules your 10th house enters it, and the manifesting planet Mercury is going to be there from the, from already from the 6th, from the beginning of this week. So little by little, and the sun is already there. So watch it now. This May till the 20th of May. You can also have some very important positive manifestation to the double influence in regards to your career, social status. Some of you can receive a job. Some of you can start a new project that is very successful. Some of you can have some very important worldly activity, because 10th house, even if if you don't have a career, these are your actions, the 10th house, which show some that you get recognized, you get put in the public eye of some sort, So starting any kind of career activities will be very busy there in a positive way, manifesting, and you'll be quite visible, and people in authority can help you. If you want to connect with people with power, do it. And by the way, the sun receives a trine from Saturn, and Saturn for you is in the 6th house, Leos. So it means that towards the 11th of May, maybe on Friday, because it's not a work day on the 11th, it's already active, Sun trine Saturn, and Venus is trine Jupiter. So on the Friday, Saturday, contact some person of authority or high power. They're going to help you in some way. Or you can have some very positive, stable, if you want to do something in business, start a new project. Fantastic time. It will be long lasting, has secure and stabilizing influences for you. You can receive support from an authority figure in regards to some debt, in regards to some health issue as well around that time, or in regards to some complicated situation, because Saturn in the 6th is complicated situations and situations out of balance, or work and duty and responsibilities that receives help from a person in authority, the 10th house, or it can be your own executive ability that you make an important decision that is positive then. And of course, don't forget that Venus continues to be Leo in your 9th house. Fantastic time to travel if you want to go. Maybe Venus receives a square at the start of the week. There might be some hiccup there, but Venus then receives a trine from Jupiter. So it all gets solved well. And when Venus is in the 9th house, you enjoy and appreciate learning new things, especially connected to higher knowledge. So we're starting classes and courses. We have quite a few webinars, seminars, crash courses of self-improvement, because the 9th house just wants to find new horizons, to expand its knowledge, to see a different perspective, a higher perspective. And because Venus is there, you're so positively inclined towards opening yourself to such experiences, Leo, now. So check out the courses we do, money manifesting. And Venus in the 9th house, Venus is money, 9th house is luck. You can have more luck with resources and money. You can actually heal, because Venus is healing your, and in the 9th house, get a higher perspective in regards to financial abundance, and higher and expanded consciousness in regards to financial abundance, so in regards to relationships. Venus rules relationships and finances and resource. 9th house is to see it from a higher perspective, something to shift in your mind, to like you're seeing now the forest from above rather than you're below in the trees, and you're like, and now you can see the direction. Some shift in consciousness can happen in regards to those illusion topics in your life, Leos. Check out the money manifesting webinar with Angelique, or how to attract abundance with Natalia, or how to transform your relationships. We have a lot of webinars and courses on transforming exactly a Venus happening this month. Okay. You can meet someone while traveling, or you can meet someone in a more intellectual environment, or you can have some good time with someone who has similar ideologies and morality and beliefs and spiritual understanding like you. You can meet understanding there. Okay. Any courses, classes go very well because of Venus there. All right. If you're Virgo, what is happening for you, Virgo? Well, Mars continues to be in your 10th house. A lot of activity in regards to your career there. Go, go, go. Action, action, action. It's a good time to initiate matters regarding to your career. Being in the 10th house to do things that you usually don't have the energy in regards to. 10th house is also actions of any sort. So to be much more, it's possible for you to be much more proactive, active. You can have clashes with authority figures. That's the only thing, like police or like institutions or bosses. Try not to challenge them, especially verbally, because Mars, especially if it's making some hard aspects for you. Say if you're born in the last 5 degrees of Virgo. So for the last 6 degree of Virgo, try not to challenge people in authority because it can create tension for you this week. Whether it's your father, parents, or the police officer or your boss. But at the same time, you can be extremely active in getting things done in regards to your career and getting things moving in some projects, in having breakthroughs. Mars breaks through walls, especially in some, it's kind of in a verbal way, and it's kind of using your mind because it's in Gemini to get all those things done. All right, and we're going to have Mercury moving for you, Virgos, in your 9th house, isn't it? Yes, it's moving into your 9th house. It's going to be there till the 20th of May, 21st of May. And it rules you. So it's very important for you, Virgos, always to look where Mercury goes. And I'm going to tell you that this week is going to be quite good. And actually the next 2 weeks for you, Virgos, because Mercury is becoming visible. Officially, it's becoming visible on the 14th, but the week before and a week after that, its influence is extremely powerful and in a positive way, which means that Mercury, your planet, till now was invisible. So you might have felt like your efforts were kind of going to waste, so they're not recognized, they're not visible. It was hard for you to start something new. You might have even felt physically more, withdrawn and tired. And now Mercury starts becoming visible. Already from this week, you're going to start feeling it, and you're going to feel more into your power, coming like being reborn. Mercury is reborn, so you're reborn. And it was invisible for 2 months almost. It disappeared sometime in March. So now you're coming out on the stage, guys. So now it's time for you to start new things, and now it's time for you going to feel more increase of energy and power within the next 2 weeks. You're going to feel like you're ready to present to the world certain things. New ideas will come to you because Mercury is being born, new ideas, new initiatives and activities you're going to start. And it's great time for it because the moon is growing. We have Sun trine Saturn this week. We have Venus trine Jupiter towards the end of the week. Oh, please, go for those things. And especially starting new beginnings, because Mercury is the planet of communication, of writing, of speaking, of marketing, of business, of organization, of planning. And it's in the 9th house. New trips can appear for you, new opportunities to learn something, to expand your knowledge. If you're a teacher, if you're someone who brings a message of wisdom to others, you can see yourself like becoming powerhouse. Now you can see all those things happening. If you want to travel abroad somewhere, it's going to manifest for you. If you want to learn something, if you want to go on a course or class or crash course, you're going to want to expand your knowledge. You're going to want to learn and study. Mercury is learn and study. Or if you're someone who teaches yourself, you can do like a lot of classes now, courses, get more, your message can reach more people. You can even get published, or you can get something to a wider audience now. And if you want to study something, expand your knowledge, we're doing a lot of classes. We're doing medical astrology class on the 1st of June with Victor, 6 hours. We're also doing, Natalia is doing a marathon for 3-in-1 for sex, love, and money, how to improve that, how to expand your vision there, how to grow that area of your life, and with psychological methods and spiritual methods. And we're doing a lot of I don't know. Sorry, my mind is getting fried now. I can't wait for Mercury to become visible. But anyway, especially if you're in any kind of mercurial careers, you're gonna get start things gonna start. Mercurial is anything communication, writing, speaking, media, business, organizing, planning, uh, meetings. Those things are gonna become much more active for you. And by the way, Mercury joins Uranus around the 8th. So 7, 8, 9, you can find yourself a lot more nervous tension. You can find yourself full of new ideas, especially Mercury is in the 9th house of inspiration and being inspired. It's a fantastic time to study astrology, to study such things like that, when Mercury is conjunct Uranus in your 9th house. It's fantastic time to start marketing campaigns of any sort, to reach larger audiences, to study something, to start to travel something. You can suddenly get excited about some travel and decide to do something like that. But you can just feel very stimulated around those days, new ideas, a bit hectic, unexpected. Oh, you can also have unexpected luck, because 9th house is lucky. With Uranus there, suddenly out of the blue, something happens that brings you luck. 9th house is also Uranus conjunct Mercury indicates that increase of social connections, increase of communications, especially social media interactions, new ideas, and the likes. All right. So now let's go to Libra. Libras, for you, let's see what's happening. Venus continues to be in your 7th house. That's till the 15th, 16th. So this week, you continue to receive you can improve relationships. So you can even start a new relationship. Try not to be on the Venus square Saturn, which means around the 7th, 6th, 7th. Was it the 7th? Let me see. Venus square Saturn. So yes, because you're Venus, Libras, it's on May the 7th. You're Venus. So whatever Venus does, you react so much to it. So on the 7th, Venus makes square to Saturn. So you Libras can feel a little bit more challenged, overburdened with responsibility. It can feel more hectic, like you're given a lot of duties and responsibilities. You can feel like under pressure. It requires actions, though, because it's a square aspect to act. And Venus is in your 7th house. It can affect your relationship. Maybe this pressure comes from another person. Saturn is in your 4th house. So maybe family puts pressure on you, that creates tension for you as well. Maybe some authority or older figure, like a family mother, father, Jupiter, Saturn from the 7th house, from the 4th house, or some family responsibilities that can also affect your relationships, and that you can act out a little bit in relationship, or you can feel a bit more resentful. Because Venus is you in the 7th house, you're strongly involved with relationships now, but something challenges you, whether it's relationships with clients, whether it's relationships with your husband or wife, whether it's business partnerships, whether it's relationship with a friend. This is the 7th house, or some contractual relationship with someone, agreement that you're working on. There's some pressure that is put on you, and there's some challenge that happens. Women in particular can be more challenging, but relationships can be more challenging around the 7th. You might need to reevaluate the contract or agreement or a promise, or some pressure can be put on you from others. But don't worry, because by the 9th, 10th, it all gets sorted out. Actually, by the 11th, I think Venus is trine Jupiter on the 9th. So already from the 8th, 9th, whatever problem you have in regards to relationship or promise or agreement, it gets sorted out, because Jupiter is trine. So Jupiter means like you reconcile, you choose the higher ground, or you find the solution to some contract or agreement or relationships, to a problem in relationship, or if your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend is having a bit of a difficulty before that, it gets resolved with very good results and with help and support. And Jupiter is making that trine from your 3rd house. So through good communication, if for example you had some problem with the client the start of the week, and then towards the 9th, you send a few emails and you solve it, and or you have a problem with some contract, you're paying some subscription, 7th house is subscriptions, anything that you commit to, And if there is some problem, you address it, and then they give you a big gift, because Jupiter trines your Venus. You communicate politely and nicely, even if initially wasn't so, and you get a good gift like a subscription for another year, or some business contract or something. They required something extra from you, and you have to work harder, and then you do it, and it's so much better, and the contract gets signed, and you sell something for much higher price. This is how it can, different ways it can work out. Or you fought with your partner, or there was some challenge, but you solve it with words. But especially around the 9th, fantastic time for any social activities. Go to a party, go on a date. Venus is in your 7th house, trine Jupiter. Some of you, especially if you're having Jupiter or Venus transit, I told you how to check if you have personally Venus or Jupiter transit. Check the video. If you have any of those pink or any of those orange transits this week, then the Venus Jupiter trine can mean meeting someone very special. Can mean very pleasant and happy experience in a love relationship, or something very good happening in the life of your partner, or something really good coming to you from another person. Some very enjoyable and blissful experience there. Sorry, I need to close the window, guys. Look. I hope that's better. Oh, it's driving me mad. It's not Jude Becker now. Now it's the people with their long grass stuff. Okay. So yes, the Venus trine Jupiter as well, Libras. It's just going to feel so much positive towards the mind. Something good can happen. You can be luckier, play the lotto, or whatever. Go out to a bar if you want to meet someone. It can happen easier. Do something that if you don't usually have luck on that day, a lot of Libras will feel like they have luck. Anything nice that you have to do, or something pleasant, do it. And also it expands the mind. And because Jupiter is in the 3rd house, you can learn something new that expands and heals your relationships. You can expand your consciousness, or somehow learn some information that shifts in an easy, positive way the abundance and the happiness that you can have from relationship with another person, whether it's a client, whether it's a marriage partner. And by the way, Natalia is doing a lot of courses on shifting that, on changing relationships. Check them out. It's 3-in-1. It's 50% off. They're still happening, so check those out, and they'll be in June as well. And anything to do also with social media or expanding your knowledge. Jupiter trine Venus, your Venus, expansion of knowledge is happening around the 9th. So and anything social media, 3rd and 7th houses, are business houses connected to reaching more audiences, larger groups of people. It happens with ease, or maybe making some business contact that's beneficial for you. All right. Yeah, it starts a bit harder, but it goes very well. It starts with you feeling sorry for yourself, Saturn square Venus, maybe in regards to relationships, or maybe dissatisfied in certain area of your life, and then ends up with you feeling much more positive and manifesting much better in regards to that area of your life, and just learning something or shifting your perspective in such a way that you go in the flow and you attract nice things around you. Okay, so if you're Scorpio, let's see what's happening. Mars continues to be in your 8th house for another week, which means a lot of maybe activities connected to resources with others, insurances, inheritances, taxes, or maybe connected to mutual resources with marriage partner, business partner. And also a lot of breakthroughs in regards to some sexual or intimacy blockages. And it happens because it's in Gemini, through writing, through reading, through communicating, through courses, through classes, through information that you receive that can especially make a breakthrough, because Mars breaks through something. And you're learning something, Gemini, that allows you to break through some old traumas, 8th house is traumas, through some that are blocking your intimacy, ability to connect with another on a deep level. 8th house is that ability to be orgasmic, to connect on a deep level, ability to experience such mutualness with someone. If there's some blockage, you're learning or reading something, or some information comes to you now that you can break through it. Or 8th house is also the ability to receive from others, from the universe, the ability to especially when we're blocked psychologically, emotionally with trauma, we're closed ourselves and we cannot receive, you know, even if others want to give us pleasure, money, if the universe wants to give us all those things, we're like, I'm traumatized. No, I'm not letting anything close to me. And Mars is about breakthroughs, and you're ruled by Mars, and you're going there. So fantastic time for classes, courses, reading, studying about healing traumas. You can check. We have so many courses and classes on that happening in May. Reprogramming psychological traumas. Manifesting to be able to receive as well. It's and they're all 40% off currently for a few weeks. The workshop with Angelique, you can check all those. On another level, it can indicate what else is happening for you, Scorpio. Your other ruler, Pluto, is trining, is squaring Venus. Oh, okay. Venus is your seventh house ruler. So there is some kind of a and that's this week. So there is some kind of there can be your Pluto and Venus is your relationship. So there can be some clash with your relationships this week. But at the same time, Venus, which is your relationships, is receiving trine. So it's almost like some intense experience can happen for you in regards to personal or business relationships, where there is like a power struggle with another person, but it gets resolved almost instantaneously. It's almost like you press someone's button or they do yours, whether it's your marriage partner or some other partner. Pluto square Venus, there's square means problem. You can't see eye to eye, some obstacle. But very quickly you find a resolution because Jupiter is trining that Venus on the same day. And Jupiter will be, it's not going to be aspecting Pluto, but it's almost like the other person, your partners or clients, they take the higher ground and they kind of tell you something or they resolve the issue. Actually, you might be the one that you're the dissatisfied one. Pluto squares Venus. So you're like, I'm not happy how you're treating me. I'm not happy with this business relationship or this client relationship, or I'm not happy with this contract. There's some power struggles. I'm dissatisfied. And you approach another person because you're the forceful one. You're Pluto. You have the more power. You go and kind of attack Venus, the partner. And you kind of like, we have to talk about that. Something is out of whack, is not balanced, And you do that, but somehow Jupiter trine Venus, the other person will actually respond quite positively, and the other person will very likely do what you ask them for, and they'll say, oh, okay, I did not know that. They'll take the higher ground, or they'll be more understanding, more forgiving. And of course, don't do it in an angry way if you can, but somehow you'd approach, and if some situation was imbalanced and you were unhappy about, you can fix it because you approach it and the other person changes and the other person decides to do the to do the nicer thing. Jupiter trine Venus, the other person. Okay. Mercury is moving into your seventh house, and it's going to be there till the 20th. So we have a lot of focus for you, Scorpio, on relationships. And the sun is already there in your seventh house. Mercury is going to move there in your relationships. And Venus, the week after that, is going to move. And we're going to have double manifesting power in your relationships. So starting gradually from this week till next week, it can be time when you manifest a relationship or a business partnership or a business agreement. Plus Mercury is becoming visible, which means something new is being born. It's becoming visible in your seventh house of partnerships, agreements, contracts, collaborations, your marriage partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. So something good, they can give birth to something new. Some new business contact can appear, new clients can appear. It can be fantastic time from the end of this week, even from the beginning, to start preparing a campaign if you want to reach new clients, if you want to reach more public and audience, the seventh house. Start preparing a campaign or something like that that can get you in touch with those people. Because Mercury becomes visible there, it's on the 14th that becomes visible, but a week before the 14th, it's active very strongly. So you can do it even before that. And something new can be born, that you can reach more clients, or you can reach larger groups of, more audience, so that you can do a proposition, like a verbal proposition. New contracts can appear for you, but verbal proposition, you can make a report to present, or presentation of some sort that you present to another person, and you can win them as a partner of some sort. But something new is being born in regards to partnerships there, new communications as well. So you see, there's a lot of focus on those matters for you. And of course, the sun from your seventh house is trining Saturn from your third house. So communication, and that's towards the end of the week. That's on Saturday. So communications, and both planets are quite business planets. So very good time for any business activities, for contracts, for agreements, or Friday, Saturday, for signing contracts and agreements, for signing in new clients, for having business negotiations of some sort that will be lasting and stable. Or in regards to your personal relationship, you can do something very productive together with a partner around that time. You can reach some agreement. You can take on some new responsibility that is productive and positive in some sort. You can build something constructive. Also, having any social activities are going to go very well, and maybe not most enjoyable because it's Saturn is involved there, but it can be more constructive and beneficial, those social activities. It can lead to more stabilization of some sort. So try and do some social marketing, media management and stuff like that towards the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, it's going to have good results of meetings and business meetings and stuff. And important communications and conversations of any sorts with others are also good that time. And starting any business, if you want, good that time. But somehow you have to partner with others. Somehow you're not doing it on your own. You are combining your energies with others, and new such opportunities will appear for partnerships. All right. If you're Sagittarius, let's see what's happening for you, Sagittarius. Well, Venus continues to be in your fifth house. Fun. So it's more likely for you, and that's till the end of the week it continues. So it's good time. You have the green line to let your hair down, to enjoy yourself, but not when Venus squares Saturn. Your fun spree will be interrupted for a little bit. Maybe because of financial stuff. Maybe because Saturn from the second house squares. Is it the second house? Yes, Saturn from the second house will square your Venus in the fifth house. So there might be some expense in regards to something, a bit bigger expense, for example, at the start of the week, in regards to something that you find enjoyable and you like. But also you might feel like, because second house is money, Venus is pleasures, you might be like, I'm spending too much on such things, and you might have to spend on some resources of some sort as well, some creative resources, some in regards to assets, whatever. If you're doing some creative project, it can encounter some blockage or some obstacle to overcome the start of the week, or some creative project may require more money than you expected, or you can put more pressure on you. It can need to be reevaluated a little bit at the start of the week. You might be dissatisfied with certain aspects of it aesthetically, and you have to change something. Venus is in the fifth house, creative projects. Saturn is in the second, your values, resources. So there is a tension. Also, there might be the need to spend something for a loved one. Venus in the fifth house, people that we love, lovers, children. Weird, but yeah, they fall in the same. People that we're kind of in love with. We're in love with our kids. We're in love with our boyfriends, girlfriends. People that we love is the fifth house. People that we like to give love to. So such dear, close people can create like some expenses for us, or there might be some tension that because our values and what they want from us and what we think it's worth it and what we consider important for us, Saturn in the second house is what is valuable for us, clashes with them maybe. So there might be some tension with your loved ones, children, or that they require more attention, more effort. So there might be some lover's spat or dissatisfaction of how your loved one show you love. So for example, romantically, you might be like, my husband, you might feel like my husband is being more distant. Venus squares Saturn in your fifth house. And you're like, and it starts like that, but don't worry, because it ends on a positive, because Venus will trine Jupiter. So whatever complications those close people of yours had, or those creative projects, or some spending that you had to do in regards to the fifth house, you know, um, for lovers or for fun or for children, it gets resolved and it gives very good results. Maybe great times that you're going to have when Jupiter trines Saturn, which is around the 9th of May, maybe 8th, 9th, 11th. So you end up that you might go on a, because you were dissatisfied about how your partner is not being so romantic, you bring it up, and then you go on a fantastic romantic date on the 9th. Or that you might feel like, oh, does he love me? Is he still into me or she? And then all of a sudden, bam, on the 9th, they bring you flowers or they tell you a really nice thing. And you're like, oh, yes, actually, they love me. And, it gives you reassurance and something good happens in your love life, or with your children. Or even if you had to spend on some creative project, it comes out, if you had to reevaluate it or fix something or change something there, or you had extra responsibilities there that were putting pressure on you, not allowing you to enjoy yourself as much as you want, rather than having to do, some more serious stuff. Well, and even as I said, it can be some financial pressure that is on you that start at the start of the week. Well, the final result is really good. Maybe the creative project, you're very satisfied with the results then after you fix what you didn't like. Maybe that you have to spend more for it, it gives you a way better outcome. Or maybe, some pressure that came to from a child, or that you had to, some tension there, extra efforts concludes with wonderful time together, or an improvement of the relationship, so all those kind of stuff get turned around for the better towards the 9th. And you're going to have Saturn from your second house trine the sun. The sun is in Taurus. For you, Sagittarius, that's in your sixth house. So towards the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a very good time for something material, because Saturn in the second house, the sun is in the sixth house. Sixth house is work. It's an earth house, worldly responsibilities, duties. Second house is money. These are the houses of having to put food on the table, having to work, the material houses. So something in regards to material, if you want to do something important with regards to money, to resources, to work, that can be the great time then. You can get a lot of work done very productively. Also, they are health houses. Second house is what we eat. Sixth house is how we take care of our body, the routines. And of course, it rules illnesses as well. And because those two planets are aligning so well towards the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can use more willpower, for example, to do some, and to start some diet, or to start, of course, diets never work, but to make a change in your whole lifestyle in regards to food, or in regards to exercise, or in regards to how you take care of your health. And that's going to have lasting results, because Saturn is longevity. The sun is, when Saturn trines the sun is something new, something, to have an inspiration, and it can lead to longevity in regards to that, connected to health, connected also to how you eat, or connected to work, to job, connected to resources and money. So good things for financial and material and career matters, the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And by the way, if you want to manifest more resources and finances, Sagittarius, because I know Saturn is currently in your second house, so it's making you think very serious about those matters, and if you're trying very hard to unblock karmic issues in regards to financial blockages, and to manifest from the universe more, well, this fantastic time this month, because the planets are aligned, everything is in Taurus, which is sixth house, trining planets, Saturn in your second house of resources. And when Angelique is doing a money manifesting workshop with ancient and modern psychological and occult techniques for unblocking your consciousness karmically from patterns that are not allowing abundance into your life. Check it out. Also, Natalia is doing a webinar, how to attract abundance, as well. So they're all discounted at 40%. If you buy them this week, after that, they go up. So check out the links below, and Trifon will be making some amazing specials about financial resources and where does wealth show in your horoscope from. But yes, it's going to be a good week towards the end in regards to those matters. Okay, so if you are Capricorn, your planet Saturn continues to be conjunct the south node. Actually, this process will continue to October, almost on and off, on and off. You are shading so many skins, Capricorns. I mean, it's transformational process for you. Saturn is transiting your sign as well, new beginnings. So you're shedding the skin and building new foundations at the same time. And you're shedding a lot of karmic, like, a lot of karmic dead weight that you've been carrying. I think you can, because Ketu, the south node that is with Saturn, your planet, Ketu rules, the karmas about Ketu and Rahu are both karmic planets that rule the south node and north node, that rule the ancestral karma. And being with Saturn, this ancestral karma is almost like coming to the surface now, bubbling to be released, because Ketu releases the karma. Well, Rahu creates new karma, but you're in a releasing state. And it's almost like you've outgrown that skin that you've been. It's too tight for you. You have to shed it. And this is a process that's happening for some of you imperceptibly, for some of you quite noticeably, for some of you just on a psychological level, for others on a very real level at all areas of their life that they're leaving behind, But this month, this week was going to be, so it continues, this shading of skin, these karmic patterns that are being released. But, this week will be very supporting to you, Capricorns. Why is that? Because you're going to have a lot of planets that are actually going into your fifth house. And that's a very lucky house. The sun is already there, so it's another earth sign that the sun and Mercury is joining there. And when planets in other earth signs, they kind of flow energy towards you. They help you so naturally. And God knows you need that help, Capricorn, with so many crazy planets in your, Saturn, South Node, and Pluto. So there is more inspiration that comes. Fifth house is the house of creative inspiration. The sun is already there. Mercury is joining it from the beginning. And it starts manifesting. When Mercury joins any sign, you can manifest. But from the week after that, Venus also goes into Taurus. So the week after this one, from the 12th, 13th onwards, you're going to see double manifesting power, but it starts gradually this week, and you're going to manifest in regards to this fifth house. So this fifth house is, first of all, new ideas, creative ideas. You can just start feeling like inspired. You can start feeling like you're coming up with those great ideas. Write them down, please. You can start feeling like you're in the flow. When there is other planets in earth signs, you go it's usually either in your ninth, first, or 12th, ninth, fifth, or first houses. So when this happens, it's like alchemical reaction happens, and you go into the flow, as they call it. So kind of you become luckier, things align with these in front of you. You want to park here, and a spot appears, or you hope that your husband will bring back pizza that you love, and they bring it. It's kind of things you can manifest more easily because you get more aligned within yourself energetically. And it's fantastic time for spiritual practices, the fifth house rule, spiritual practices, because you really start manifesting more when other earth signs are activated for you, Capricorn, sorry. Also, you can, and of course, we're making a manifesting ritual if you want to align furthermore into that manifesting workshop with Angelique on the 12th. Yes, when Saturn will be trine, your Saturn will be trine the sun, and the sun is going to be in your fifth house, fantastic manifesting house, making miracles house, basically, and aligning to higher consciousness, high understanding. And Saturn, of course, is in your horoscope in the first house currently. So very auspicious. Towards the 11th is a very good time for you, because the sun trine Saturn, good time to start new beginnings, good time to start something that you want to continue and last for a long time. Also to stabilize yourself, good time to start new jobs, even new romantic relationship, because the sun is in the fifth house, making trine to Saturn in the first. Also, this Mercury going into the fifth house, you're going to start thinking more about romance and fun. You're going to start manifesting more romance and fun. You see, Mercury rules thinking. When we think about something, we start manifesting it already. You're going to start having more entertainment, or if you're someone who is creative, like who is a performer, now is the time that you can be much in center stage, that you can create something unique, that you can perform better. Even if you're not a creative artist, some new ideas come to you, whether it's for mundane business or whatever, but they're electrifying, they're exciting, and they bring in more material manifestation because your fifth house is in Taurus. So those creative ideas lead to material manifestation. It's good for your love life, maybe not when Venus squares Saturn on the 7th, of course, because Venus is love and Saturn is you. So there is an inharmonious aspect. So you're reevaluating or reassessing something in regards to your relationships, in regards to love, in regards to money as well. There can be a bit more tension there. Venus is in your fourth house. There can be tension with family that happens around that. But don't worry, because after that, the good aspects come. So it's good, except the 7th, the rest of the time it's very good for relationships, for dating, for romantic experiences, because of this full fifth house there. And as I said, especially around the 11th, when the sun is trine Saturn, it can lead to very lasting, if you start some creative project, it can be very lasting, positive, stays for a long time, gives good results. So if you start some romantic relationship, it can have lasting effect. Okay. And it's good to manifest if you want to get pregnant. Mercury starts activating. It's a manifesting planet, your fifth house. And especially the week after that, Venus joins, if you're interested in that, But it's good. Lucky houses are activated for you, Capricorn. So go have more fun, enjoy yourself, and ideas are coming to you. Let your hair down a little bit, take the stick out from behind. I know you're in the middle of very important transformations, but it's good to have now the planets are supporting you for this shedding of the old skin to happen more smoothly, and for you to feel lucky in the flow at the right time, at the right place, with those trines happening for you. All right. So if you are Aquarius, Mercury is moving into your fourth house, and together with Venus, next week after that, Venus is going to move from the 16th, so the week after. So you're going to start feeling gradually more and more that now this month, from now till the end of the month, actually, until Venus, actually till the first 10 days in June, that there's a lot of focus on family, that there's a lot of new, and because Mercury is becoming visible in your fourth house, new beginnings in your family life, new trips connected with family as well can happen. My God, I'm just saying what I'm going to be doing, isn't it? But the stars confirm it, because Mercury's trip, fourth house is family. We're living for Europe. New beginnings to place of living, to property, to manifest. If you want to buy or sell property, some business transactions that want to happen, Mercury is going to become visible now for you, and especially till the next 2 weeks can be very pivotal in regards to such matters. Or if you want to buy or sell vehicles as well, this can be beneficial and good for you. You can have some important developments with family in a positive way, and it intensifies even more the week after that. You can get help and support with parenting, or you can receive help and support at home in regards to your personal life from someone, from parents or from other people. So that's one positive thing. And don't forget, Aquarius, that we're going to speak Uranus, your planet, is joining Mercury as well. You have two rulers, Saturn and Uranus. Some Aquarius correspond to Uranus. Sometimes all Aquarius actually correspond both to Saturn and Uranus. We have that very uptight side to us, very stubborn Saturnian side, and we have this very crazy Uranian side. So we have to watch both planets, and Uranus conjuncts Mercury for us at the start of the week. So the start of the week, till Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's very hectic. Lots of information comes to us. lots of important conversations with family, or important organization. You have to organize and do something in regards to your home, to property, in regards to some shifts and changes are happening in your personal and family life. But also because Mercury joins our planet, it can be a very good time for any kind of business, for communication of any sorts, for social media, for marketing, for advertising, and Mercury is becoming visible. So it's going to light us up with communications, with business, with very, very busy week. You're going to notice that, Aquarius. Maybe not so visible for others because it's happening in your fourth house, but definitely a lot is, fourth house is more invisible house, but there's a lot of activity behind the scenes. And then let's look what else is happening. Mars continues to be in your fifth house, Aquarius, so you can be very, that's been for me. Mars is viruses, fifth house is children. We've been sick, like since Mars entered there, my kids have been nonstop sick. That's a negative manifestation, but they can be positive manifestation. It gives you insight for more physical activity, to be more physically active. It's fantastic time if you want to start some workout routine. You're gonna enjoy it much more because fifth house is enjoyment, Mars is physical activity, some sports activities. Do it now while Mars is still in your fifth house, and you can also be more romantically proactive as well. Creatively proactive as well, get a lot of creative projects running. And you have Venus as well. Venus in our third house continues to be this week, good for communications, and Venus trines Jupiter in our 11th house. So what's happening, especially around the 9th, very positive time for communications and social interactions for your Aquarius. Make a party, go out, you can meet someone, you can make important contacts, you can have connection, contact someone who can further your goals. It's going to be received well, you're going to receive positive feedback. If you have to present in front of large audiences or groups of people, third and 11th house are very business houses, or very houses connected to other people, communications and contacts. And if you want to reach large audience, like marketing, business campaigns, when Venus trines Jupiter on the 9th, fantastic time, because it's in your business houses, in your communication houses. If you want to bring out a product to people, and it gives abundance because it's Jupiter Venus trine. If you want to meet someone important, good to go on a date as well, fantastic time. Good to make important connections with important women, or very pleasurable communications. Actually, the week might start with a little bit less savory communications, because Venus in your third house of communications gets squared by Saturn. So maybe some woman can disturb you in communication, some tension. That's something that you don't find so likable. That happens. Maybe something behind the scenes that is said that gets in the wrong way. But then don't worry, because by the 9th, all problems in communications are solved. All kind of and maybe some extra duties and responsibilities you might have had about arranging travels, or about arranging documents, or about communication or business or emails that happened. Yes, at the start of the week you have more responsibilities because Saturn squares Venus. Something out of something that you are not aware of. You have to fix some mistakes, whether it's through emails, communications with others, but the situation gets solved very easy and very positive for you. And the extra duties and responsibilities can give very good results after that. So it's good for financial, it's good for actually collaborating with others towards the end, towards the 9th, which gives positive results for you. Contacts, and if anything important you want to do it on the 9th. Very good alignment, especially if others have to find out about it, or if you want to reach more people, or any social activities. All right, and don't forget, Aquarius, that Saturn, our other ruler, continues to be with the South Node almost till October. So we're shedding skins, and it's in the 12th house. We're leaving a lot of things behind. Maybe for some of you, it's subtle and perceptible process that's happening. For others, is way more tangible, that they're leaving a lot of things behind them, that they're living one type of life. What is happening is the butterfly is trying to get out of this cocoon now. With, you're trying to get that cocoon that was encasing you for many years. Actually, it's maybe 27 8 years, because it's a completing process of Saturn being in the 12, which means like you're shedding ancestral karma. Aquarius, Capricorns are doing it as well, but Aquarians as well. It's like you're ending old negative karma, releasing it, and and old outdated behaviors that are sabotaging you. Saturn, your planet, is in the 12th house. Things that we do that harm us, that self-harm us, that you release it, and the blocks that stumble us, that we stumble on, our hidden vices, our invisible patterns that we keep repeating and we're not aware of. The universe is giving us a rare chance to shed it, to release it, embrace it. I've been praying for this. I hope it comes. You have to give it a little bit of a help. If you resist it, it's still going to take you there, but maybe not in the way you want. All right. So what else do we have? Pisces. Oh, my loved ones. Okay, my Pisces, my baby Pisces. All right, so we're going to have, for you, let's see, Mercury, Pisces, for you is moving into your 3rd house. So you're going to notice increase of information starting from this week. You're going to notice people calling you more. You're going to notice more emails. You're going to notice more business projects. That's more transactions of any source that you have to do. You're going to note if you're someone who works on commission, if you're someone who works by connecting people, you're going to notice that you start manifesting. Then Mercury is becoming visible in your 3rd house over the next 2 weeks, which means it can be fantastic time for publishing anything. Fantastic time where you can bring out to the public eye something written or spoken, some important message that you have, you can bring it out. Some commodity or product. Mercury becoming visible means that you're giving birth to something new in this 3rd house, to something new mercurial. So new ideas, business plans, business projects, new ones can appear for you, Pisces. You can give birth to new contacts. You can create new business or personal or client contacts as well. You can increase your list, whatever, if you're entrepreneur, in list of followers, so you can increase your list of subscription, or you can bring out a new website, and you can give a birth of an idea of a new, anything connected to communication, to information, to social media, to writing, to speaking. If you're a writer, journalist, or someone like in media who makes videos, you can bring out some fantastic new videos now that are really go viral, especially because Mercury is going to join Uranus at the start of the week. So your message out there can become very viral, can spread and reach lots of people. You can get new ideas suddenly as well. Mercury conjunct Uranus in your 3rd house. You can get some exciting communications and news from people this week. Suddenly, someone can contact you with a good idea or something like that. Some sudden trip can appear for some of you, some short trip of some sort as well. But you'll see that there is increased activities almost the whole May, with short trips, with communications, with marketing, with advertising. Fantastic time for that if you want to do anything like that for business. A lot of increase of small meetings. You need to communicate with more people. You'll be meeting more people. If you work in a company, there'll be a lot of meetings. You'll notice like, oh, this business meeting, oh, that business meeting. You're gonna notice also increase of communication with relatives, with siblings. Something positive can happen in the life of some interesting good news can come from siblings or relatives. You can get some support more from such people as well. Co-workers, teammates, playmates as well. So increase communication, information. It's good for you guys. The sun is in your is also in your 3rd house. Sorry. And Saturn is making trine for you Pisces from the 11th house. So especially business towards the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go for it. Anything business, anything that wants to have long-term influence, reach out more people. Venus is making a trine to Jupiter. And Venus is in Aries, which is your second house, and Jupiter is in your 10th house. So this is towards the ninth, guys. You can increase your resources of some sort. You can receive some material benefit. You can receive something that you really enjoy materially, physically, something that you consider of great value. If you want to buy something of value or importance, do it then. You're going to be lucky. You're going to buy the right thing. You're going to get something that you're lucky with. If you're going to buy something expensive, you can buy something expensive then as well. You can get some financial increase. And you can also, it can be a good time for public to get in the public eye, because Jupiter trine Venus in the 10th house with your career can be a good time as well. So important decisions with your career can go very well. You can be rewarded in regards to your career. If you want to reach, if you want to be recognized in some way for something, do it when Venus is trine Jupiter around the 10th, because it's in the earth houses, the material houses that give material rewards of some sort. And if you want to improve your manifesting ability, we're doing specifically, this week on the 12th, we're doing a manifesting ritual and ceremony with Angelique. Check it out. So there you go. This is what else is happening for you, Pisces. Oh, that's about it, at least for now. So thank you so much. Thank you guys a lot. I want you to check all our courses. Thank you for being with me for the 3 hours or 2 hours I did this video. I want you to check all our courses that we're doing. Natalia has 3 courses this month. We're also doing a retreat in Bulgaria in July with Natalia for 5 days, goddess retreat. If any of you want to join us, no more than 15 people. We have 7 already. We need another 7. But the goddess retreat is transformational, 10 hours per day. We're going to change your life with astrology and psychological tools. So it's going to be very bonding and deep experience. If you want to join us, check out. It's of course quite expensive, but it's one lifetime investment only. One in a lifetime investment, but that turns things around for you. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Enjoy this abundant season of Taurus, and I'll see you next week.